In this class, we will discuss the important questions, PYQs, and one important reading comprehension question that has asked from this topic of one paragraph. What does Gardiner suggest about the importance of rules in society based on the discussion of the road? Gardiner contends that in order to preserve order and avert catastrophe, rules are necessary. Without regulations, traffic interaction would be deadly and chaotic, which would also affect society as a whole. Everyone's safety is guaranteed by the rules. They establish guidelines for conduct that lessen the possibility of mishaps and disputes. Respect for other drivers is demonstrated by obeying traffic laws. It recognizes that in order for everyone to benefit equally, rights and obligations must be balanced. Individuals build a foundation of trust through values. Interactions feel reliable and predictable. When everyone abides by the same set of norms, individuals support social cohesion by following the law. Rules give people of different backgrounds a shared framework within which they can successfully coexist and cooperate. Gardiner suggests that following the law is not only a question of doing the right thing, but also of acting morally. It entails giving others rights as and well-being some thought. Gardiner highlights the importance of rules in society, citing traffic laws as an example. These regulations help to preserve law and order, ensure social cohesiveness, promote mutual respect, build trust, and encourage moral behavior among individuals. How does Gardiner's essay connect driving ethics to broader societal norms and values? In his essay on the rule of the road, Gardiner makes multiple connections between driving ethics and more general cultural norms and ideals. According to Gardiner, following traffic laws is a sign of a greater respect for authority figures and the law in general. People in society are required to follow the laws and rules that dictate behavior, just as drivers are expected to heed traffic signals and signage. Being mindful of other drivers, pedestrians, and other road users is part of good driving ethic. Mindful of other drivers, pedestrians, and other road users is a part of good driving ethic. This translates into more general social norms and showing consideration for other rights, showing courtesy and refraining from doing anything that would offend or hurt someone else. Driving ethic, which includes things like smoothly merging, surrendering when necessary, and using signals to communicate. Using signals encourages to communicate efficiently, encourages cooperation among drivers. This illustrates how crucial it is to cooperate and uphold order in larger social interaction in order to guarantee harmonious coexistence. According to Gardiner, driving ethic involves moral behavior in addition to abiding by the law. It entails making choices that put safety, justice, and the greater good first, values that are also essential to larger social interactions. Gardiner talks about the negative effects of driving in impropriety, like inefficiency, fury on the road, and accidents. This can be interpreted as a metaphor for the detrimental effect of disobeying society rules and standards, which result in conflict, disagreement, and ineffective social connections. Gardiner employs the metaphor of driving ethic to highlight more general social norms and values like deference to authority and standards, empathy, cooperation, ethical behavior, and the fallout from breaking these rules. He stresses that people behavior on the road is a reflection of their comprehension and adherence to these larger societal norms. According to Gardiner, what does the rule of the road symbolize? Anarchy in chaos, social hierarchy, respect for authority and order, personal freedom and independence. Gardiner uses metaphor of the road primarily to discuss human behavior and social norms. Respect for authority and order. Gardiner rules symbolize respect for authority and order. Gardiner argues that the rule of the road is a symbol of social contract. It represents the necessary constant individual must accept to so that everyone can enjoy a sense of order and safety in community. Human behavior and social norms. The road serves as a metaphor for life society in society. Gardiner uses to illustrate how personal freedom must be adjusted to accommodate the rights and comforts of others. In Gardiner's essay, adherence to traffic rules reflect individual superiority, ethical behavior, and consideration for others. Rebellion spirit, a desire for personal gain. Ethical behavior and consideration for others. Following rules isn't just about avoiding a fine. It's just moral consideration for the well-being of others. It shows moral consideration. It suggests that a civilized person understands that their liberty ends where another person begins. According to Gardiner, what is the consequence of disregarding the rules of the road? Increased efficiency, enhanced safety, chaos and accidents, improved traffic flow. The consequences of disregarding is not increasing efficiency, enhanced safety, improved traffic flow. The chaos and accidents are consequence of the disregarding the rules of the road. Gardiner points out that if everyone did exactly what they wanted without regard for rules, individual liberty would run wild. The result would be universal chaos, where nobody would be able to get anywhere at all. Gardiner's tone in the essay can be described as critical and cynical, humorous and light-hearted, informative and academic, serious and authoritative, humorous and light-hearted. Will Gardiner discusses the serious topic of social liberty and individual rights. He uses a witty, conversational, and charming style. He uses everyday examples like an old lady walking down the middle of the street to make his points in an engaging way rather than being strictly academic or cynical. According to A.G. Gardiner, on the rule of the road, what does adherence to driving ethics primarily demonstrate? A disregard for societal norms, a sense of individual superiority, respect for rules and authority, a desire for personal convenience. The essay emphasizes that society functions smoothly, individuals must curb some of their private liberties. Following the rule of the road is symbol of social behavior and necessary submission to common authority to ensure everyone's freedom is preserved. What does Gardiner suggest about the significance of rules on the road? They are unnecessary in modern society. No. They promote chaos and disorder. They restrict indifference, freedom, individual freedom, individual freedom. They ensure safety and order. They ensure safety and order. Reasoning. Gardiner argues that everyone did exactly what they wanted without rules. Nobody would be able to get anywhere. Rules like driving on a specific side of the road are not meant to restrict freedom, but rather to organize it so that everyone can travel safely and efficiently. According to Gardner, adherence to driving ethics demonstrates a disregard for others' right. a sense of entitlement, respect for norms and cooperation, a competitive spirit, respect for social norms and cooperation. In social studies, ethic including dining etiquette, is viewed as a set of unwritten rules that allow individuals to interact smoothly within a society. Social norms. Adhering to these rules shows that a person understands and respects the shared value of their community. Cooperation. By following a common code of conduct, people minimize friction and show consideration for others, which is foundation of social cooperation. Under what pseudonym was the essay on the rule of the road published? Name Alpha of the Plug. Of the plug. Plug. The alpha of the plug. Bring out the main idea contained on the rule of the road by A.G. Gardiner. The main idea is to be in limit in liberty. The liberty is not unlimited. In limited, everyone should follow rules. The introduction on the rule, thoughtful essay, responsibly about author, alpha of the plug, freedom of traffic rules. Ethics, etiquette. Important comprehension of previous year question. A stout old lady was walking with her basket down middle of the road, middle of the street in Petrograd in Russia. To the great confusion of the traffic and no small peril to herself, it was pointed out to her that the pavement was the place for foot passengers. But she replied, I am going to walk where I like. We have got liberty now. It did not occur the real lady that if liberty entitled the foot passenger to walk down the middle of the road, is also entitled the taxi driver to drive on the pavement, and that the end of such liberty would be universal chaos. Everything would be getting to everybody else way, and nobody would get anywhere. Individual liberty would have become social anarchy. It was pointed out to ladies that she should walk on the pavement because she was carrying a basket, so stout and only a pedestrian. The lady refused to move from the middle of the street because she was not afraid of being killed. She felt that she is entitled to do whatever she liked. She did not like walking on the pavement. She was confused. She felt that she is entitled to do whatever she liked. A pedestrian and see whatever to like. The old lady failed to realize that she was not really free. Her liberty was not unlimited, but the liberty was limited. She was an old person. Roads are made for motor vehicles only.
हो का संसद आता हूँ मैं